In the past, learning English meant sitting in a cold classroom, flipping through heavy grammar books, and nervously repeating after the teacher.
Listen and repeat. I have a house.
I am a horse. But now it's 2025, and the way we learn things has evolved. I remember trying to learn English when I was younger. I used to rehearse the same sentences again and again and again. I want a cappuccino and a croissant. I want a cappuccino and a croissant. Let's go. Hi, I am a cappuccino. But I still couldn't speak. Well, things are different now, and in this video I'm going to talk about 5 ways in which you can speak English fluently in 2025. So let's get started. Part 1. Learn the basics. Learn the basics. What are the basics? Grammar and vocabulary. Now, hold on a second. I know you've heard this a lot, and I know a lot of students find grammar or vocabulary boring. But here's the bitter truth. There is no escaping the two. In order to speak English fluently, you must improve your grammar and vocabulary. However, in 2025, there are new ways of improving the two. You can now use AI to improve your grammar and vocabulary. Hey, ChatGPT, teach me 10 random words.
Sure, here are 10 random words that you will never ever use.
No, not like that. The way you use AI to learn grammar or improve your vocabulary is very important. Learning random words or random grammar points is not gonna help you. So what should I do? You should use the correct prompt. Now, pay attention to this word. Prompt. What is it? A prompt is basically what you ask AI to do for you. First, let's start with vocabulary. How many times have you had this problem? I learn new words, but I can never use them when I speak. What's the reason? The reason is you are learning random words. And learning random words is just a waste of time. If you want to learn new words and then be able to use these words when you speak, you must avoid random words and you must have a topic-based approach. What's a topic-based approach? That means choosing one topic, for example, relationships, and then learning 10 words which belong to the same topic. In this way, you are creating folders in your brain, and in each folder, there are some words and phrases, some collocations. And so you're basically organizing everything, and that makes it a lot easier for your brain to process the new words. And so when you try to speak English, it'll be easier for your brain to search, find the relevant folder depending on the topic of the conversation, and then choose the words. Now just imagine learning random words that are not related. In your head, it'll be a mess. What will you be looking for when you're speaking? So it is important to have a topic-based approach, but there is another important thing. You need to see those words in context. What is context? Well, a context is like a sentence in which the word is used. So you do not see the word alone, but you see the word in a sentence or in a text, and you understand how the word is actually used in a sentence or in a paragraph. So there are 2 things you need. First, a topic-based approach, and second, to see the word in context. Now, having the 2 in mind, here's a prompt you can use when you're talking to AI in order to improve your vocabulary. I'm learning English. Teach me 10 useful words related to the topic of relationships with simple meanings and example sentences. You see, in this prompt, we have a topic-based approach, topic of relationships, and we've asked AI to give us a simple meaning together with example sentences to see the word in context. Now, let's go and test it. So we go to ChatGPT, and I've selected the model GPT-4o. Let's paste it. And let's see. Oh, interesting. As you can see, all the 10 words that are being generated belong to the same category of relationships. Each one is followed by a simple meaning, as included in the prompt, together with an easy example, which is here. So in this way, we're learning 10 words which are topic-based and at the same time you have a simple meaning and you can see the word in context. Friend, a person you like and spend time with. Sarah is my best friend. We talk every day. Now, if you think this is too simple, you can always follow up by saying, can you increase the level? And then you can see that the new list of vocabulary generated is of a higher level. Compromise, when two people agree by both changing a little. In any relationship, you must learn to compromise. This is a very strong prompt. See, it worked! AI is a very powerful tool. It's like magic, right? But you need to know how to use it correctly. Otherwise, it's not going to help you. And to use it correctly, you need to use the correct prompt. That is how you communicate with the AI, and you ask AI to give you what you're looking for. Now, I have created a list of 10 very useful prompts for English learners, together with examples and real AI response to those prompts. Now, these prompts are specifically created for you, and you can download it for free. But how? You simply have to click on the link above my head, and on my website, you can find the download link. It is a 10-page PDF guide for English learners to use AI correctly, so go ahead and download it. Part 2. Practice, practice, and practice. Now, there is a very common problem among students who are trying to learn English. They learn and learn and learn and study and learn a bit more, but when it comes to using what you have learned, you can't. It means you can't speak fluently, or you can't understand native speakers, or you can't write a good text. Well, what's the problem? I've learned a lot. It's because you've forgotten to practice. You've only learned and learned, but you never practiced. And you see, there is a huge gap between learning and practicing. Now, this is theory and this is practice. Theory cannot exist without practice, and practice doesn't exist without theory. So both of them are important. But there should not be this gap between theory and practice. This is why you cannot speak fluently. Now, how can I close this gap? Well, you've learned a lot, right? Practice, 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 and practice, and practice to close the gap. And the best way to practice is to talk. Why don't you use AI? We're in 2025. You can use AI to practice speaking English. But yes, I understand. Speaking with AI requires a paid account. Usually. So you have to pay something to have the Pro or Plus or Premium subscription of these AI services in order to be able to speak to it. However, I've recently found a very good AI tool, which is, well, it's not really free. It is free, like you can use it up to 10 times per day, I think, in order to speak. And then if you want to go above the limit of 10 per day, you will have to pay. But it's a good thing to try it out, right? You can practice 10 times a day. That's good. It's called Pi.ai, and it has a mobile application that we're going to test right now together. Let's see if we can talk to AI and if it actually is going to help us practice. Hi, I wanted to practice my English speaking with you. Can we talk about a topic? For example, traveling?
Absolutely. Traveling is a great topic to practice your English. Where have you traveled before? Or where would you like to go in the future? Or maybe you'd like to talk about the different cultures and customs you might encounter while traveling.
Let's start by me telling you about the last trip I had. About a month ago, I went to Nice, south of France. It was nice. We went by car and I was the driver.
Sounds like you had a great trip. So, if I'm understanding correctly, you went to Nice, France with some friends about a month ago. It's really cool that you were the driver. That can be a lot of responsibility, but also a lot of fun. What did you do while you were in Nice? Did you get to see any famous landmarks like the Promenade des Anglais or the Colline du Château?
That was interesting, right? Pi is a very powerful tool, and it's really cool. The thing is, sometimes these AI models, they don't understand that you are a learner and you're trying to improve your English. So they keep talking and talking and talking, and they use all these difficult words and phrases that may be difficult for a learner of a beginner level to understand. But well, I mean, they are getting better and better. So I assume one day it's going to be very, very, very tailored to students' needs. Now, another AI tool that we can use is ChatGPT. But to have access to the audio version, which basically means to have access to I think it's called the advanced voice mode, so that you're able to talk to it, you need to be a Plus user. That means you need to be paying $20 per month, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go ahead and test ChatGPT. Hello, I wanted to practice my English with you. My level is beginner, so please speak slowly so that I can understand.
Of course, I'd be happy to help you practice. We can take it step by step. What would you like to talk about first?
Nice. Well, let's talk about the weather.
Great choice. Talking about the weather is a common topic. So, how's the weather where you are today? Is it sunny, rainy, or maybe a bit cloudy?
It's not sunny. It is cloudy, but it's been raining all day. And to be honest, I don't like it.
I get that. Rainy days can feel a bit gloomy.
This is so cool. All right, I interrupted it. But it's amazing, right? Now, there is another tool too that is kind of cool to use. It's called Sesame AI. It's a relatively new AI tool, but it mimics a phone conversation with a person. There are two characters, Maya and Miles. You can choose one of the two, and then you can start a phone conversation. Let's go ahead and test it. This one is for free, but there is a limit per day. I want to talk to Miles. Allow.
Hey there. Right when I was thinking about giving Sesame's new virtual coffee maker a whirl. You know, got to keep up with the latest office gossip, even if I don't technically have a desk. So, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. I'm an English learner. I'm a student, and my level is beginner. So, can you please speak slowly so that I can understand?
Hey, that's awesome. Learning a new language is a pretty cool goal. Don't worry, I can slow it down. I'm all about clear communication. What you been working on in your English studies lately?
That was a very hard question. Can you slow down?
No prob. How about this? What subjects are you studying in English right now?
All right, I'm trying to improve my English speaking skill.
That's great. Speaking is a super fun way to learn. Do you like to talk about any particular things? Movies? Music?
Let's talk about movies.
Perfect. Movies are awesome. What's the last movie you saw?
All right, I gotta tell you guys, even though ChatGPT is, well, the most famous, there is a delay between what you say, how it analyzes what you said, and the response you get. Now, this delay was, let's say, normal when using ChatGPT, but it was quite long when using PyAI. However, when I was using Sesame, it was almost like I was having a real-time conversation. That was pretty cool. But there was a downside to Sesame. And the downside was it was speaking very fast. And when I asked the AI to speak slowly, it did not understand. I mean, it understood because it said, yes, I will try to, but it didn't try to speak slowly. So I think talking to Sesame can be challenging. It's better for high-level students, like advanced-level students. But if your level is lower, ChatGPT is a good option. However, you have to pay. Pi is a great option. Go ahead and test it. All right, enough with all these models. I was just trying to demonstrate that it's possible to practice speaking with AI. Part 3. Ask for feedback. So far, we've talked about theory and practice. But here's the thing. If you don't understand your mistakes, you will keep making them. So it's very important for you to know what mistakes you're making. In other words, it's important for you to receive feedback. Because without feedback, you will never know what you're doing wrong. I keep practicing but I don't know if I'm doing it right. That's where tools like POC English AI comes into play. For the past 2 years, we've been trying to develop a tool for English learners to get instant feedback on their writing and speaking skills. Now, this is absolutely crucial because, well, in the past, it was the responsibility of your teacher to give you feedback. However, a teacher cannot give you instant feedback any time of the day. And that is where our AI model comes into play. For example, I've written this text and I want to know if I have made any mistakes. I want feedback. Now, in this text, there are some grammatical mistakes and they're quite obvious. But let's go ahead and try POC English AI to see how we can get feedback from the platform that we've built for you. Alright, let's test the POC English AI together. This is the text that I've written, which includes quite a few mistakes. And now I'm looking for feedback. Let's see what happens. And there it is. Here's the feedback by POC English AI. As you can see, there are some red words, which are the mistakes in my original text. And down there, you can see the correct form. And if you go and put the cursor on top of the word, you can see the description. Why was there a mistake? Because makes should agree with the singular subject, which is it. So it makes, not it make. And that's how you get feedback on your writing. Now, you may or may not use POC English AI, because in order to use it, you need to be a member of the Academy. But there are many other tools out there. You can again go to ChatGPT, write something, and then ask if you have made any mistakes, or ask for the AI to give you feedback. And not just ChatGPT, I think you can use a lot of different models. There is DeepSeek, there is Google Gemini, or maybe you can even find a teacher and ask that teacher to give you feedback. A friend of yours may be willing to give you feedback, or you may even have the chance to ask a native English speaker to give you feedback. But the bottom line is, whatever tool you're using, make sure you ask for feedback, because that is important. Part 4. Immerse yourself in English. We talked about learning, practicing, and asking for feedback. But there is another very important thing you need to do if you want to speak English fluently. And that is, you need to surround yourself with English. But I don't live in an English-speaking country. Well, you don't have to. You can listen to podcasts in English. You can watch the news in English. You can read blogs in English. And you can listen to music in English. Watch TV series or movies in English. There are a lot of different ways in which you can surround yourself with English. You don't necessarily have to live in an English-speaking country, but if you do, amazing! Go out there and talk to people. Go to the supermarket and buy something. And this way you will have to speak English. Now, if I want to listen to podcasts, what podcast should I listen to? Well, there are two very good ones. BBC 6 Minute English, which is a podcast by BBC, so apparently it has a British accent. And there is VOA, Voice of America, which, well, clearly is in the American accent. These two podcasts are amazing. What if I want to watch movies? Well, I highly recommend watching TV series because you have time to get used to the characters, their accents, and their pronunciations. You will relate to the characters, you will understand the plot of the movie, and in that way, it will be easier for you to understand what they are saying. Also, if you find movies or TV series too difficult, start with animations. Animations are great because they are made for kids. Well, usually, not all of them. I mean, Rick and Morty is not made for kids, but Kung Fu Panda is made for kids. And you can also listen to music. But if you're listening to music, make sure you also have the lyrics, and you check the lyrics for new words, and then while you're listening, try to also sing along. So there are many different ways in which you can surround yourself with English. Part 5. We are human. Yeah, you can learn from AI, you can practice with AI, you can ask AI for feedback, but why do you do all of that? Let me ask you this question. Why are you trying to improve your English? Because eventually you want to talk to real people. You want to connect with other people and you want to be able to understand them and you want them to be able to understand you. That's the whole point of learning a language. I want to talk to you and you want to talk to me. I'm not learning a language so that I can go and talk to ChatGPT. I mean, you can also talk to ChatGPT in your own mother tongue. You don't have to speak English to be able to communicate with technology. I mean, even yesterday, Google announced its Google Glasses. Well, I didn't watch it, but I think it was real-time translation glasses, in which you can put the glasses on and you can hear everything in English. There will be real-time translation, which is pretty cool. But again, if you want to really form and create human connections, you need to be able to speak each other's language. You need to understand each other. And so, yes, it's good to use AI, but you're using AI as a tool to do something bigger, to connect with other people. So, apart from all the AI tools or apps or websites or videos that you use to learn English, you need to practice with real people. You need to practice with real people. This is crucial. And to do that, you need to find a student community. Now, that student community can be your friends who are also studying English, or if you don't have any friends who are trying to improve their English, maybe you can make some online friends who are also trying to improve their English. I mean, even on this YouTube channel, in the comment section, you may be able to find someone. And that is exactly why at POC English, we have a student community. Once you're a member of the POC English Academy, not only will you have access to our 4 courses and our AI tools, but also you will join our student community where you can connect with other people, talk to them whenever you have time, form study groups, and become study partners. Now, whether you join our POC English community or not, this is crucial. You need to find a community of people who are also trying to improve their English. Go ahead and find one. Alright, that's it. In this lesson, I tried to show you 5 ways in which you can become fluent in English in 2025. Now, it's your turn. I want to hear from you. Have you ever used any of these 5 methods or any other methods that really helped you? Please share your story with me and with other students who are watching this video in the comment section down below. And again, don't forget to download the 10 AI prompts that I have specifically made for you so that you can improve your English with AI for free. It's a 10-page PDF file, and you can get it by clicking on the link down in the description of this video. See ya!